Ed Sarpolis is on the other end of our AT&T line. He says, listen, we got more important things to talk about here. We've had one forum, and that's it, between Rick Snyder and Mark Schauer. And how did it go? He is with Target Insights. Welcome back to the program, sir.
Well, good morning. Well, the fact that you're talking about the Dolphins and the Dan Marino trick play that was used by Aaron Rodgers is kind of amazing on a big debate the night before.
Oh, a little distinction there. So I guess I could ask you, was there a clear winner or a loser?
No, there wasn't. I've read everything. I watched everything. The bottom line, if you're in a fight, obviously, if the challenger does get a knockout punch, the incumbent or the current leader leads. So Snyder actually came out slightly, but I didn't see a real big winner. And you can tell that by the news coverage. And what surprised me, that I guess probably the most partisan editorial problem we have, Nolan Finley, even admitted that in his own column this morning. He didn't send. I think Mark Schauer went there for one purpose, and that was to go after the voters he felt were trying to lean his way with the women's vote, and that's what he accomplished. And Snyder had to look gubernatorial, answer questions, and not take any knockout punches, and that's what I saw. I didn't really see a really clear winner at all last night.
Did Mark Schauer seem a little nervous to you at the start?
Oh, he was nervous, and that's because his problem was he's trying to hit all the talking points that he's tried to memorize, okay? When he let himself go, he was very good, but trying to get all those talking points, because he was more concerned about who was listening in the columns the next day than he was specifically in the debate last night.
That's the truth, isn't it? What we say, not what I say, but what you say, and what people write in the newspaper, I guess, makes the difference. And the headlines this morning are varied. I looked at the paper when I stopped at the gas station. But nevertheless, I thought it was interesting, too. The moderators seemed more intent on moving the thing along. And sometimes when it got really heated and it started to get passionate, they would stop the candidates and say, okay, we got to go to the next thing.
Well, first of all, the moderators are very opinionated, and usually they want to dominate the evenings or on their TV radio. So I just thought that was a Nolan Finley, Steve Henderson moment that, no, you're in my shop. You're going to do what we want you to do.
Yeah. I thought Nolan Finley even barked at the governor one time. The governor says, well, I want to get back to that. And he said, well, we're not going to.
That's after they announced the rules at the very beginning, the fact that there was no time limit on responses. But those were the rules, and they changed them themselves.
Yeah. Thought that was interesting. Also, I thought Mark Schauer was a little soft when he kept saying, that's a really good question. I'm glad you asked that. I'm like, you got an hour here. You got so much time. Let's just get to the answer. But I think that's a device that's coached sometimes, isn't it, so that you can have some time to formulate your thought.
That's exactly what he's doing. The other issue that people didn't realize last night is that Schauer is also trying to figure out, like on the LGBT thing. He didn't go after the governor as much as he could because Schauer had to worry about the black ministers in Detroit who are not necessarily all supportive of LGBT. So both candidates were trying to figure out, how is my base going to act to whatever I say? Snyder has problems with his base, and so does Schauer.
They're walking on like slippery rocks trying to get across the river without falling in, huh?
That's true.
Okay. Well, so it's a draw, says Ed Sarpolis. And that seems to be the conventional wisdom, but we'll have plenty of analysts this morning. Sure, appreciate it. Target Insights. And we'll talk many times again before the election. It's Michael Patrick Shields, 42 minutes after the hour, back in a flash.